Welcome back, YouTube. So I had this Cadillac towed in this morning, and I asked the tow truck driver why I was here. He's like, oh, it needs tires and the exhaust is loud. I was like, okay, drop it off. Do you know whose car this is? I said no. So he gave me the name and number. So then I start performing my visual inspection, right? Pretty obvious. Even the tow truck driver noticed the tires were ready to blow out. And there's cord showing on this tire somewhere else also. So I call the customer and say, hey, why is your car here? He's like, it's rattling. I was like, you had it towed in for rattling? I said, do you have any engine lights or warning lights on? He says, no. So now I'm really scratching my head. So then Rachel comes in, we get the vehicle logged in, I bring it in the shop, the check engine lights on, the exhaust is loud, the front tires are ready to blow out, trans lines are seeping, the oil sticker's overdue or due, and then the brakes are low all the way around, and the catalytic converter is rusted off or snapped off the front side of the engine, and the front transmission mount is bad too. So it takes Rachel about 30 minutes to prepare an estimate for all the needed repairs. And then she calls the guy and says, hey, here's what's going on with your car's not rattling, your exhaust system's rusted off, your engine light's on, and there's a bunch of other things that need attention. And he's like, well, I have a warranty. And she's like, well, they don't cover maintenance items. He goes, well, I have a warranty. And Rachel's like, they don't cover tires, they don't cover brakes, they don't usually cover transmission lines, they definitely don't cover catalytic converters or anything that's related to rust. So, and he's like, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, Rachel says, this is maintenance. He goes, I maintenance my car, I change my oil. People, changing your oil does not add rubber to your tires. It does not renew your transmission lines. It doesn't reline your brake pads and rotors. Changing your oil isn't fixing your car. And that's another reason why that, I want to say some quick lubes are not good for you. It's good because you're getting in and out, because that's the experience you want, and maybe you don't want them to tell you what's wrong with your car. They may not even have the skill and ability to tell you if you have a bad transmission mount or a converter or anything of that nature. So quick lubes aren't necessarily good, because maybe you think that because you went through a quick lube that they're checking your car out. Well, here's a prime example that they are not. And they had a very clear oil change sticker. I'd be curious to see their checkout report of this car for 3,000 or 5,000 miles ago, because the tires didn't just get bald overnight, the brakes didn't get low overnight, the tranny line didn't start leaking overnight. That's all. There's more to your vehicle than changing your oil.